Okay, so number 13 wants to know inverse tangent at or of negative square root of 3. So basically, what angle has a tangent ratio that's negative square root of 3, or negative square root of 3 over 1, if you want to think of it as a fraction. So this is a ratio that shows up on the unit circle. So the long path is going to be, you're going to have to think about where tangent could even be negative. Tangent's positive in 1 and 3. So that means that tangent could be negative square root of 3 somewhere in these quadrants. You could pick the middle one, and you could do sine divided by cosine, but it doesn't give you the value you want. Directly across the unit circle, the tangent values are the same. You could guess and check this one, and when you do sine divided by cosine, you also don't get what you want. This is why this is potentially the longer way. And then finally, we only do 3 points in each quadrant, but eventually you need to try 2 pi over 3. And so directly across from that would be 5 pi over 3. Okay, the shorter way to do that is to just memorize the tangent values. Everything in the middle of each quadrant is either 1 or negative 1. Everything near the y-axis is either the square root of 3 or the negative square root of 3. And everything near the x-axis is either negative square root of 3 over 3 or positive square root of 3 over 3. So either way, you've got to be able to locate those 2 spots. And if that takes you a minute, then that's fine. Accuracy is more important than speed here. Okay, so now that we know where tangent is negative square root of 3, the next thing would be you need to know the range of inverse tangent, because that tells us which one of these is our answer. And so I always suggest that you draw that in your figure. It helps remind me that the range of inverse tangent is negative pi over 2, don't include it, to positive pi over 2, don't include it. And it gives me a visual that this location doesn't give me my answer, but this location does. And then the last thing you have to be careful about on these is it's not just finding this spot and naming the spot. Again, normally I would call this 5 pi over 3. Your final answer has 0% chance of being correct if it's not within the range of inverse tangent. That's the whole point of us even memorizing those. So instead of saying 5 pi over 3, you could say negative pi over 3. That's the answer it's looking for. So you have to know the unit circle. You have to know it well enough to find tangent values as well. You have to memorize the range of all 6 inverse trig functions. And then you have to make sure that your final answer actually lands within that. Okay, is anybody else going to ask about 13? Need anything more specific?